First, I want to talk about adhesives for acrylics such as this product by SiGrid called Weldon 3. The core ingredient of this product is dichloromethane, which is a known carcinogen, so be sure you use this in a well-ventilated area and at your own risk. I also wear gloves to protect my hands. Now it's okay to leave a little air bubble in the syringe, because the air actually helps push the liquid out when you tip it over. This is useful when you have only one hand to work with. First of all, you need to make the pieces you want to adhere be as flush as possible. This product is water-thin and it will not fill gaps. What I am doing is gently allowing the liquid to fill the tight gap between the pieces through capillary action. You want to use this as little as possible. Most of it will get sucked into the gap while the rest will evaporate quickly. What this product actually does is it's melting the two acrylics and welding them together, and as such it is a very strong bond given time. This product is also very useful for transparent pieces you need to keep clear and clean, as most of the excess will evaporate. See how clean the joint is? Well, almost. I did accidentally use a little too much here, if you can see, which caused some blushing. Blushing is where the product melts away too much of the acrylic before it could evaporate, leaving this milky white texture. This here is an example of blushing. If you do not have a Sharps disposable bin, what I do is first put the needle back in the cover it came in. Now you can reuse this needle a few times, but when you're done, check with your local laws, but it's recommended you put it into a plastic bottle like so before throwing out with the trash. Next, we have epoxy resins, which comes in many different forms. Epoxies are great for their strength, and depending on the type of epoxy you use, it's also great for when transparency is needed. If you do not have access to acrylic adhesive, epoxy resin will be your best bet for windows in your model. Epoxy will come in two parts, a resin and a hardener, which when combined creates an adhesive that can bond almost anything. For this epoxy I'm using, the ratio of resin to hardener is 1:1, but be sure you check what ratio your epoxy manufacturer recommends. Make sure you also check the working time of your epoxy, which is the time it takes for the resin to harden, and then you can no longer work with it. Longer the working time usually means a stronger bond, but at the cost of convenience, as you obviously can't hold two pieces together for 2 hours. This epoxy has a working time of 5 minutes. I'm not sure if you can see here, but the joint is not as clean as the Weldon, so you have to be very careful with it. In this model, I used a 2-hour curing time epoxy to hold this structure to the base before being able to adhere this bridge piece. It took a lot of propping up, but once the resin cured, this structure with this giant cantilever was able to stand on its own. For styrene, such as these products from Evergreen Scale models, I use plastic cements such as the ones from Tamiya. Similar to the Weldon, just brushed it on the sides of the pieces. The fluid will enter the gap through capillary action and the excess will evaporate. With the extra thin, you really need to make sure the joints are flush, as it is water thin and has no gap filling property at all. There is a difference between the two, but I think you will be fine with a bottle of the extra thin only. If I need to fill a gap, usually this means I have to bring out the super glue anyway. If you are adhering ABS plastic, such as this 3D printed structure here, Tamiya also makes one specially for ABS. Just to give you an idea on how strong this bond is. The bond will get stronger with time. I must stress that you test different adhesives out with different materials. For example, the Weldon stuff works great with styrene, but you will have no luck trying to use the plastic cement with acrylic. Check for blushing too, with different materials. Well, that's it for my overview of different adhesives. Please ask any questions in the comments and I'll try to help you. Otherwise, thank you for watching and please subscribe if you like more videos.